So, hello everyone.
Welcome to another episode of Unmute the Leader. I have successfully hijacked the podcast.
Yes, of course. Shazday Babit will be the host today, and I'm sitting in the guest speaker side. So, yeah, thank you so much accepting this request and asking the questions today.
No, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. It's a privilege to be the host and interview as a guest for you. I know you in both the personal and the professional capacity. We have done our master's program from the same university, and now we work in the same company for the past 2 years. For those of us who don't know, Ecem is a lead consultant, and she works in a tech consulting firm, and she's based in Munich. And also Unmute the Leader, that's her brainchild. She is the founder of Unmute the Leader and bringing you different perspectives from leadership point of view. Since you are a lead consultant, like I mentioned, you lead the team of consultant as well as you lead the projects. I think it'll be interesting to get your valuable insights on leadership as a whole as well. Without further ado, let's say if we remove all the labels that you have right now around you, consulting and podcasting, how would you describe yourself?
Yeah, thank you. And let me say, I really love to explore the things with different angles. So it might be overthinker sounds, but yeah, when I close my laptop, when I go to shopping or even listening to music or looking some art piece, I can find a solution for some certain technical problem. So my brain really loves to switch the fields and think differently. So it gives me a lot of space in my work, in the consultancy, to be honest. So maybe you can describe me who is exploring technical solutions in an artistic way. This would be my description maybe.
I think that's very interesting because you mentioned that you have two sides, the mathematical one and the artistic one, right? I believe like the mathematical one, draws some logical boundaries around, and then the artistic one would constantly challenge those boundaries. And you seem to have found the harmony around it. This is very interesting. A little bit more about yourself. You have been asking this to a lot of your guests as well. What is the dream of you that you still carry with you today?
Whatever I do, wherever I do, I really would like to put in some quality in it, make it perfect as much as I can. The dream is if somebody sees my project, even without my name, just to say, okay, there is a lot of quality in it, Ecem must be the owner of it. Or other way around, if they see only my name without my project, then they should say, okay, Ecem is there working and project is perfect, must be perfect. So this is the dreams. As I told, whatever I do, wherever I do, I'm trying to do my best. That's me.
Right. So basically, the quality of work is something you want to be identified or known for. That's what the dream that you still carry. That's so nice. There's no surprise. Eventually, you came up with this idea of this podcast, which brings me to my next question. What inspired you to start with this podcast, and why specifically now?
Actually, you see a lot of works in the social media, especially with this business leadership and many people talks and many content we see. They are really copy and paste and including many buzzwords or balloon or many things copy paste nowadays. So I really would like to start something. The real leaders should come and speak, and also maybe we can give sectoral insights together and bring a community here. People can think differently with the, let's say, unmuted leaders, let's say. Yeah, I think this was the idea. And why is it now? I think I felt ready to start such a project because I know really cool people. You have listened also in the previous episodes, and I think it was the right time to unmute them, listen them, and bring them under the spot. So yeah, that was the idea actually.
I think I can relate with you on some levels about this as well. Also maybe our viewers and listeners as well, since we usually, like in our world, we usually have a lot of use cases around the technology, let's say, and that use cases is our opportunity to learn or understand the capabilities of it. Similarly, getting the real voices from the industry who are sharing their ideologies, their journey, the thought process even behind how they go about things. That is one of the purest form of learning that we can get, or getting inspired from them. Next question. So we have this product right now, Unmute the Leader, which is the refined version or the polished version. I'm sure there's a lot happening behind the curtains. Tell us about the journey. Tell us what has been particularly challenging or maybe most surprising for you.
I think I surprised that I had a lot of to say, and also I surprised really how my guest speakers and how my inner circle people accepted the idea and how they supported me. For example, with the guest speakers, after I sent the questions, yes, we have been talking on the questions, how they are look like and how we can give the message better. But as a content-wise, I think I surprised how they own the project with me. I really liked it. And especially for such a project, because it will affect many people in different industries, because we hear a lot, we listen a lot, we read a lot nowadays. If it is something work related, which means what we are doing right now, leadership and business and technology we are talking. So it affects many people in their daily work. I think it was the most important thing, this acceptance in my inner cycle, and I surprised. I didn't expect that much. But at the same time, the challenge is we are the people who are working from 9 to 6 sometimes in the factories, sometimes in the plazas, or I don't know, different offices, maybe home offices. Coming here in front of the cameras, I think this is the biggest challenge. Also speaking here with you, it's still nervously funny. I can say that.
Yeah. In my opinion, yeah, like you mentioned, like the willingness of contribute from your guests, or also them being excited about the venture that you're having right now. I think it kind of tells that they endorse the idea of this podcast and they understand or they support the importance of it being a platform for our viewers and listeners to gain valuable insights. I have seen all of the episodes that you've recorded so far, and I've seen that you have interviewed managers, clients, even entrepreneurs, even the academicians, right? So these are people from different walks of life. They have a completely different thought process, and they probably have different challenges all around them as well, and there are different ways of tackling those challenges as well. Amidst all of this, what did you find common in their stories?
I think maybe you also catched it, but this is what I'm thinking. They have same or similar passion of their work, but this passion comes from their dreams. When I ask them, what was your dream or what is your dream? Especially this question I use a lot when I see some cool guy really successful in their work. Really, nowadays, I think this is the real answer to how to become a successful person. So I think that was the common pattern between all of those cool people that we listened. They have a passion. They would like to change something, or they are dreaming about it. They are trying to bring some new ideas in new industries. So I think this is also makes them very courageous, makes them real leaders. So in this platform, I'm trying to, yes, unmute them and also listen their real stories. Because when they go back to their childhood, sometimes the dreams starting from that ages. I think it is also a good answer for our young listeners, or if somebody is stuck in some point in their life, I think we need to find a passion to go through and motivate us day by day and every single day to work through it. I would like to give an example. In my previous work, I had a sales manager, and he was giving me this passion while speaking about the highest amount of selling. So, which means never ending. So he is achieving it, and then the new dream coming up. So I think those kind of dreams are navigating us, guiding us to be successful, to go further.
Definitely, absolutely. Yeah, like you mentioned, I think my major takeaway from these episodes has also been, the drive, the passion that they have behind whatever they're doing. If you're passionate enough, I think it translates very positively on the results. And it's very important in today's days and age of us being able to do things that we really want to do, right? So yeah, I agree with this. This is also one of my major takeaways. Having said that, you are into tech consulting. You are working around the tech consulting area for a long time. You have been helping major organizations with digital transformation so far. and it is an ever evolving field, like you've seen. What excites you right now?
I think when I started to my career, I have entered to this digital transformation world directly, and I have heard many words about it, like Industry 4.0, blockchain technology, or nowadays we hear a lot with artificial intelligence. And for example, funny story, when I was writing my bachelor thesis like 10 years ago, there was a professor was suggesting me, hey, let's use this artificial intelligence in your also thesis as a tool, and it would be really nice and new. So, and I was saying, no, I would like to go more classical decision-making side. So, but nowadays, if we come to the artificial intelligence, and if it comes to my consultancy perspective, everything moves really fast. And especially with the consultancy, you have to know, you have to learn more than your customers. When the question is there, you have to be ready. And I think this change makes me excited. And after I have seen the many applications of AI, for example, we heard also from our previous guest speakers, Dieter was also mentioning, for example, many applications in the industry. So it excites me more to find better solutions for our customers, actually.
Definitely. You mentioned the word changing. The tech world generally is associated with the word fast changing, to be exact. There's technologies coming very quickly and embraced very quickly as well. The old technologies are getting obsolete quickly. So there's a constant pursuit of new technologies. Like you mentioned, AI being one of the most important ones right now in our ecosystem. For example, agentic AI is one of the up and coming one. Throughout all this, how do you stay inspired, and what is your go-to source of clarity or creativity when there's so many technologies around?
I think I have two main sources. But the third one is that I really like. The first one is the reading really articles. Maybe it comes from my master degree background. I learned how to read articles and what's going on in the scientific level, let's say. And the second one is, maybe it's because of my age. It's I really like to watch technological videos in YouTube, and it gives me also a different understanding of the what can we apply or how we can use. The third one is the funniest thing. I learn a lot from my customers, because when they come and ask me a question, if I don't know it, I go back and research it and learn it, and then come back again. Sometimes, for example, to learn better, I go to cross fields. For example, in the music industry, what kind of AI applications they do? Or what can we do in the very technical food and beverage customer, for example? I learn cross fields and I combine my knowledge in the cross fields. Yeah, I can say.
That's really an interesting take. And somehow I can also relate to it a little bit. Generally in the consulting world, it's associated like client would always see you as an expert, and client would say that, see, you're the expert, you tell me what to do. But the learning is two ways. Like you mentioned, a lot of times their questions kind of open new avenues for us, and we go back, do the homework, explore the new options, and come back with a solution sometimes as well. So yeah, I like how you mentioned it, that the learning is two-way, and that serving as your source of clarity or learning is a very appreciable thing, I would say. A little bit more now, I would want to get some leadership insights from you. Like I told, we have been working together for around 2 years, I would say. And we have also worked together in a few projects. I have always, or you're generally seen as somebody who always has everything under control. Like as if you have covered all the possibilities or all the bases. Even if there's something that's not under control, you are very much quick to bring it under your control with feasible solutions, let's say. In other words, I would say that I've rarely seen you stressed, which in reality usually isn't the case, right? So that's why I ask, when do you feel the most vulnerable throughout your projects or work in general?
I think, thank you for your comments also, but as a human, I'm also in stress, and especially in front of the customer, because you don't know what they can ask and how you can answer the questions. yes, of course, you know everything. But for example, for me, the vulnerable part, if I don't know the software and the function or the capabilities, I think it feels me blind. So I cannot answer the questions if I don't know them. I think with the projects like money, resource, time, we have always solutions for them. But if you don't know the functionality as a consultant, I think you have to be vulnerable or stressed.
True. Again, I would relate with it. Like you mentioned, there's a lot of software around there for digital transformation, and those software itself, even if you are expert in those, they keep upgrading, they keep changing every year or thrice a year, as we've seen. So yeah, the challenge is for us to be updated with all of these things as well, to know what are the new capabilities and the limitations in the other way as well. So yeah, so now that we have talked about the tech field a little bit, tech field generally is associated as or called as a male dominated field. And nowadays we've seen that a lot of companies are putting efforts and taking initiatives to attract women or to empower women as well in this field. And you being in an impactful role in a tech consulting firm, do you feel that while doing your projects, do you ever feel that you're reclaiming the space, or are you shifting the narratives?
Yeah, I can easily say in IT, in technology industry, I didn't feel to reclaim my space or I don't know, be bold with my thinkings or something. But I can say that yes, tech and the industry is men dominated, but nowadays many women I see. But of course, in the clients or in my upper management or even in my team, I have many people around me. And also nowadays, seeing juniors, more women, and they also would like to get their voices in technology. So it's really nice. I think since it is well-educated people area, that's why maybe I didn't feel it until now. But also, I would like to say something regarding this. In our industry, in also consultancy, our power is our knowledge, not our gender or age or, I don't know, nationality. For example, if I speak, I'm a consultant and maybe younger than my clients. Most of the time it happens, but they respectfully listen me because they respect to my knowledge, not my gender or not my age. So I think this is the most important thing.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear, really refreshing to hear that this is the case. And that's how it should be, regardless of the gender or the culture or the age, like you mentioned. A professional should be known for the value it adds, right? So yeah, I would agree with that. Coming to close to the end of the episode, that is why I would probably ask you a question which a lot of viewers and listeners might also want you to answer. What can we expect next? What are your plans for the season 2, let's say?
I think I'm excited to continue with season 2, 3, 4. I have some ideas and they are exciting me. Also, I have to admit that at the very beginning, I was saying, okay, what should I do next and what would be the next step? Because in this platform, in this season, we have seen that many people from different background, like from the corporate company perspective, from the entrepreneur perspective, from the academic perspective, we brought together, but at the same or similar questions or the topics. Because I was wondering how they think, how they really dream, and how they manage their life, how they use AI, and how really has this leadership insights in between. So that's why I think in the next episodes there will be something certain in this manner. I can say different mindsets we will unmute, but I will keep it a surprise for the listeners because I'm still working on it.
Okay. I was hoping that you would give us a little bit more of a teaser. But since you want to keep it a surprise, I will not force it out of you. Yeah. Last question before we close the podcast is, I'll follow the tradition that you usually follow for all of your episodes, is where you unmute your guests about their big failing stories. I would ask the same question to you. Tell us about the moment when you failed big, be it around the work or the project, and how did you navigate around it? How did you manage your emotions around it?
I think very recently I failed in this company, and last year I have assigned in a very big project. It has been 4 different countries across to Europe and 5 different softwares we have been implementing. But at that time, I was not the consultant. I was the project manager. And the project size was super big. And before me, they have been working with 2 different project managers. And basically, I have been the third one. And when I was entering to this project, I was saying, okay, what could I do worse than them? That's why I accepted and entered. But imagine you're working 4 different countries, and that's mean in the cultural mindset and the people, it was really mixed. We have been going to Athens for the factory visit and to test the solution in the factory. And I was there with one of the really good American software developer, and so many product developers also was in that meeting via online and in person. They were supporting this project. And but somehow the customer requirements and the software capabilities, somehow we couldn't manage to meet them at the same time. So imagine I have been in front of the customer and the solution was not working as they requested, and I was the project manager there. And but it was really big failing for me. I felt really disappointed emotionally also. But at the same time, after those 2 days ended, my clients came to me and said that, okay, even though it didn't work, you have been really good managing all of the situation. I think it gives us a lot of insights how to manage the human side of our works and jobs, and especially with different cultural mindsets. Maybe a funny story about it in Athens. I have been hearing the F-16 flight jets, and I was asking to Greece clients, hey, what's going on outside? And they have been saying to me, they are our military training and against the Turkish people, since I am Turkish, and it was really funny. But yeah, in the projects, you are becoming a family, and also those kind of jokes and the human side, as I mentioned, it's really becoming more important.
Well, at least for once, you're more worried about the Greek jets than the failing project. Okay, that brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you so much, Ecem, for your time and your valuable insights. And I'm really looking forward to the next season.
And thank you so much, Shazday, for hosting this episode. I hope for all the listeners, it was really different taste and a surprise, actually, to finding us here. Thank you so much. Thank you.